Are you listening to this episode on Himalaya? If you are, congratulations, because you're already using the best new podcast app out there. If you're not, well, you're a loser and missing out, so get it together. Whether you're a podcaster or a fan, Himalaya is designed with you in mind and has a ton of cool new features like curated shareable playlists and collections made just for you, along with personalized recommendations to help with content discovery. And the best part is, it's super easy to use. It's definitely my favorite listening app, and I'm sure it will be yours too. So do yourself a favor and download Himalaya today, and be sure to follow my show, Worst Firsts, once you're there. Bye. Guys, we are back. This week we have an amazing guest. For those of you who watch the show Riverdale, it's an incredible show if you don't watch it. If you do, you're going to know his character, Joaquin, is the amazing one and only Rob Raco. Woo!
Hey, woo!
I love it. And you're a fellow Italiano like me. Hey, why don't you forget about it, okay?
Go fuck yourself. How you doing?
Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Did you bring me any meatballs? What did you bring with you, huh? You bring me anything?
I didn't bring anything. Where's the dogs?
The dogs aren't here. I left the dogs home. I should have brought the dogs.
What the fuck is the matter?
Anyway, literally, you're like young Johnny Depp. You are.
Ew.
I know people say that. Did you say ew?
Yeah.
Why? You don't like him?
I love it.
He's the best.
It is
He's
good.
the king.
It's a good thing.
He's a great guy.
You dress like Johnny
I told you when I first met him. When
Yeah,
I first
that's
met
right.
you, you reminded me of him. And I was like, you totally remind me of him. But then you kind of look like John Travolta a little bit in the face, too. Like young John Travolta, right?
Sandy.
Minus the weird Scientology shit.
And the Jurassic balding. Yeah.
Right, and there goes my Scientology audience. All right, I'm following this bitch right now.
Oh, way back.
Anyway, so I'm so glad you came here. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah,
He's a dear friend and so awesome and so talented, a talented drummer, talented musician. And I'm happy that you drove all the way to Burbank. Guys, you don't know how much of a big deal this is to drive from Hollywood to Burbank.
I left an hour ago.
Yeah, and he just got here now. Thank God. But thank you for being here. And I'm going to let you start with whatever story you want to tell as your worst first story.
Worst first. Let's start innocently.
Yes. Or just go really hardcore. Just go with like the...
Hey, so this happened when I was like... Anyway.
Just murder my audience. They're like, oh, wow.
So the first body I hid
oh,
was...
my God.
Dead. Let's go. In high school, I was on a date, and I was pretty big loser.
You
in
were?
In a good way. Like, I focused on drums. I'm like, I got long hair and doing all this
You
stuff.
were like a nerd, or like you just like...
I just kept to my own, and like people bullied me, and then I'm like, fuck it. Like, I don't have time.
Why did they bully you? Because you had thick hair?
Probably because I
Fuck that guy. He has really blue eyes. Yeah, screw your nice hairline, you jerk. That's how they bullied you.
Probably something with their little sisters.
Shut up with your straight teeth. Get out of here.
But anyway, so I just focused a lot on drumming and that stuff until I started doing shows and people were like, oh, that guy's. Then I'm
oh my God, the drummer.
And
it's me in my real life.
Yeah,
oh my God, the drummer. I married him.
Yeah,
it is me. I'm that girl. Yeah, I love the drummer. Yeah, I married the drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that started happening, and I start obviously meeting girls and trying the dating thing and being like, this is crazy, and it just happened really fast until I liked someone. So I'm like, you're going through your list, cool, you're gone, your buddy's little sister. Hey, and then you meet the girl, your high school love. And so we're on our first date there, and everything's going well. Like, I'm like sly, I'm trying to be like cool. I'm like, yo, now I got this drumming rep, everything's going on. And I just sit down and just fart as loud as I fucking can. And it's just
Rob!
I didn't know.
It just
it was
snuck
nerves.
out?
Like, I don't know what was happening, So I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? I blame it on her? Like, what? You know what I mean?
You're like, ew, you bitch. She's like, dude, that totally came out of you. What are you talking about?
I'm in a band.
Yeah,
but
I drum. I don't fart. Yo, I'm dead. So what did she do? It was so loud? She definitely heard it.
We ended up dating for 3 years. Like, it just kind of went with it. But I don't know if she was attracted to me, the smell of me. So
stop.
Yeah, but
she was like, is that Febreze lilac?
What is that?
That smells really good. Wait, so she totally didn't care?
She did not care, and then it just
Did she laugh?
Yeah, it was like an awkward thing. It was really awkward, because I was like, You know,
Oh my God! You're like, that was my bass drum.
I was tuning my drums, then it went off. But
stop!
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But I
can't.
mean, like that's just a weird, like innocent thing, and then
That's
it just
so
turned
innocent,
into,
though. But it is traumatic.
to some worse things in that relationship. But that's fine, and now I'm here and I'm happy.
Oh my
and
God!
Still drumming.
Yes, that's hilarious though. But I feel like everyone has a fart story. Like,
yeah, I mean, the
and
fart
people
ones are
won't
good.
like say it, but it's like we're all human, you know. I mean, we fart. Everyone farts. I don't care who you are. If you have an asshole, you fart.
If you are an asshole, you fart more.
Yeah, you fart even more if you're an asshole. It smells worse. You know, like Angelina Jolie, she's had diarrhea. Like, come on, like don't pretend she hasn't.
Yeah.
She has. She's sat on a toilet.
Oscar-winning diarrhea.
Ripped
you know?
ass.
Yeah.
Like just
Hot.
like that. It just sounds like water coming out.
Oh, this
She's
is
been
fucked.
there. She's been there. It just happened. It's life, right? Okay, so I want to hear that. Okay, so that was a quick one. That was innocent.
That was quick. That was innocent.
that
That got
was-
me to break the ice. That's like,
Yeah.
okay, now we're going into the music career. So a
Okay.
lot of people out there don't know that I started as a musician until 25 or 26 before I picked up an acting gig. I got
Right.
lucky in acting. So it's hard to top Tommy.
I know Tommy's story is
yeah.
crazy. Tommy, literally, we've been together for like almost 3 years now, and he'll come up with like, we'll be watching something, and he'll be like, "Oh, I remember this one time." Like he just keeps pulling these stories out. He's
And
got
it won't
so
stop.
many stories, it's never gonna stop.
No, they're-
I'm like, oh my God, like he's literally slept with everyone. Like I mean, everyone who's hot, and like you know, like. It's crazy. I'm like, I married this person, but he's amazing, and I love him.
I mean,
so
yeah,
it's like
the love is real,
crazy.
but that's a pass.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get all jealous though. I'm like, I know what you did 20 years ago.
Fuck you,
Like,
1984.
but before you knew me, screw this. Like I get all mad. I was 7. I was like, I don't care if I was 7 when it happened. You did it. Yeah, I
You
get all
you
mad.
love me.
I do, but I'm obsessed with him, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any more like worst situations, like a worst job or like a worst?
Oh, worst job. No,
You've
when
had some bad jobs, I'm sure.
No, just in music. I got a lot of sound guys fired back when we were touring. Yeah, because we were kids. We were like 16 to 19 when we really hit it off, and so like touring.
What was the name of the band?
The Brilliancy. It was a Canadian thing.
Brilliancy.
Yeah.
The Brilliancy.
The Brilliancy.
I
How
love
do you
it.
go in there?
What kind of music was it?
Lame.
Dead.
Yeah. No, it was like
Wow.
pop Canadian rock stuff. It was good. We had good guitar.
What is pop Canadian rock? Is it just like
Hey, I like your girl. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, so that kind of kicked off. But we were young, so a lot of people didn't take it seriously. But we were selling out these venues. And,
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of nice. But then at the same time, you're like, you have a sound guy or tour manager of the company come up being like, "Oh, this fucking little kid loser, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Yo, I own my own."
Little kid loser.
Yeah, and I was like,
Whoa.
"Hey, wait,
That's not nice. You're fired. I pay your bills.
I'm trying to fart over here."
I'm trying to fart. I'm gonna fart on you. You're all burnt.
Fart?
They're like, dude, the drummer farted on me. He's farting on everybody. It's crazy.
Let's have a lawsuit here. So anyway, yeah, it's that was kind of that. I didn't really have a lot of crazy job experiences as a kid because I didn't really work a lot. I literally drummed.
just toured
Yeah,
and
I just
drummed.
toured and stuff. But
That's lucky you.
well, within that there were stories like Tommy's, but I won't share that.
Oh,
yeah.
you're not allowed to. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
I don't
morally
think I don't think that in the younger audience would
wrong.
be
Oh,
too
they'd be
nice.
like, Rob,
Yeah, I'll come.
what you're my hero, though. Okay, but like,
This
how
was
did
just
you
fucking-
get into acting from all this? It's kind of crazy because now you're on this major hit show.
Yeah.
And you play Joaquin, who's gay.
Which is great.
Which is, how is that? Like,
It's
is
great.
Is
It's
it
great.
Cool? How did you get?
That's a first job story.
Right, so how was that for you?
I open a script. I realize that this person makes out immediately with a dude in like a badass way. And I'm like, this is cool. I could talk about this. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you're looking at what you want to say in a career. But the way we had done it was loading up on lots of tuna. And like we just didn't know. We're just like at the crafty table being like, yo, what's up, man? I can't wait to do the scene with you. And I'm like,
Tuna? Why tuna?
because it's at the crafty table, and I'm like, I need some protein, right?
Oh
And
my
there's just like
God.
tuna.
You're gonna eat
and
tuna
like,
before you kiss somebody?
yeah, and I just like, I'm out of it. I'm like, this is my first big scene. I can't wait, Mom. But like, yeah, so this is happening. I'm eating this, and then we go in, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm the last scene of the day. I gotta kiss this dude.
You're all, oh God.
Oh shit. And we go in. We get it in 2 takes because it probably tasted
Was
horrible.
it a makeout kiss? It
a fucking
wasn't it?
intense one. Threw him against the
so
fence.
what did you do? Did you like? How did you mentally? Like, were you just like, whatever? It's no big deal, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's just a
before that, my teacher was Franco, so like it was more like jump off the cliff when you get something, and I'm like, yeah, but this isn't that hard. A kiss isn't a kiss, or is a kiss. I'm confused on what I said. But
yeah.
Kiss is just a kiss and make it authentic, bring the person to life. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just jump into this. But it was the prep before it where I'm like, you fucking idiot, man. Like, ugh. But I realized he was doing the same thing. And I'm like,
really?
Did
you guys both taste bad?
Yeah. I mean, we did like the mint thing before.
Was he straight?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so crazy. That's so cool though that you're like, some people are, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna kiss a guy. Like, it's cool that you're like, oh,
absolutely.
Totally...
I think you should.
I mean, it's very. I think it's very cool, and I think the show is so cool, and like, it's so cool that your character, is back and action.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Now he's dead.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, all right, never mind. Clearly,
just kidding, kids. Yeah, he died. He unfortunately drank some Kool-Aid, which is great to create the myth of Sabrina if he gets revived.
You're
That's
gonna
great.
come back. You
we
have
don't
to
know.
be in Sabrina.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would be so
I do want to be a teenage witch and click my heels together. I don't know if that's a thing, but
my goal is to be a teenage witch. Rob Raco. That's a quote. Oh my God, whoops, my phone. I got it silent. My husband's like texting me. Where are you? Yeah, so that's so crazy. So did you have any more like worst experiences or anything that you want to tell me?
Yeah, they all make me seem really bad, but I'm kind of cool with that. I think this is
don't tell anything that's going to make you seem bad. I can tell you one of mine if you want.
Yeah, let's go there, and then I'll go. Like, I have a prom one. I mean, that's a fun one. Like,
prom one's cool.
Again, it's me being used by women, and I'm like, I can't deal with this.
What happened? Stop using my
Stop
body.
using me. Just kidding. Anyway, yeah, I went to a few proms with this girl, and she ended up going to a lot. And I'm like, fuck this shit, girl. Like, I brought you to mine. Like, it's cool that you went to yours.
She went to prom with you,
and then
went to prom with like another bunch of guys.
She went to like 8 proms, and this is by the time we're getting to my prom, and like the day of. Sorry if you're seeing this. I don't care. So was
she like running for president or something? I gotta go to all the proms.
I don't know. Please. She ended up being quite a hooch, and I'm like, oh poor thing.
God.
Like, it was like a status, and I'm like, I'm just going with the boys. You're drinking in the back of a limo, and I'm like, I don't fucking care about prom. So like, pick up the phone the morning of. She's getting her hair done, and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel well.
Oh, you canceled.
I'm just like, I don't feel well. I fucking went to prom. I just called a new date, and went like social status. I'm like, fuck that, because I got the status before. We're like, yo, girls at like fucking prom with this guy, and you're like fucking 16, 17, whatever, and you're like, this is breaking my heart even. Not me, I was in a band, but I'm like, yeah, so that
she went to prom with a bunch of other dudes, so you were like, you're not coming to my prom.
But realistically, did you fucking, do I fucking care? Not really, you know what I mean?
You were heartbroken.
I was heartbroken. I
start crying right now. You're like, I'm fine.
I had my dress picked out and everything. I was fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
What a bummer.
Yeah, what a shit.
People suck in high school. I didn't date like anybody, and then when I had a boyfriend, finally, he was like way older than me.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
He was like 26, and I was like 17. It was totally wrong.
My fart girl was like 23 when I was 18, so I'm like, that. Hey.
I love how you call her fart girl, but you're the one that farted on her.
She accepted me. She accepted me. It's her problem now.
She inhaled your fart. She sucked it out of your butt. She's like, that's true love. Oh my God, dude.
Oh, fuck.
I've had so many bad dates.
Tell me, please.
Do you want to hear one of mine?
Yeah, because you started this stuff, and I'm like, I want to hear.
I started it because I have had so many bad experiences, bad dates, first worst experiences, first worst job experiences, just like literally just bad. So I've talked about a lot of it. I've done a YouTube show where I kind of talked about a lot of the stuff I've been through. But I had a really bad experience my first time I went to my OBGYN.
Okay.
This is awful, okay? I was probably like 15 or 16, and I had just started talking to my mom again. We had like a very tumultuous relationship, and my dad thought, oh, it'd be appropriate, she needs to go get checked out because it's like that time, to learn to go with her mother, because this is my dad's not gonna fucking take me. That's awkward, right? Like, can I look at my daughter's vagina? Like, it's very weird. She takes me, and she takes me to the most like just imagine the most Guido guy, you can imagine, okay? The guy walks out and he's like, hey, Brittany, come on in. He's got like his shirt unbuttoned and he has chest hair and like a gold Italian horn because we're Italian.
Oh my God.
And my mom's like, I just think he's so sexy. And I'm like, ew, you're like bringing me like to the guy who you...
How you doing?
Yeah, spread him. Let me see that puss. I'm like, whoa. Like, I'm like, is this guy even certified, right? Like, I'm like, my mom's just like thought he was hot, so she brings me to him. Like, I'm like the sacrificial lamb. Like, look at my daughter's vagina, and then maybe ask me on a date. Like, it was very awkward, right? So he's like got like his chest hair out, like totally inappropriate. What is it? Italian horn necklace, gold chain. He sits down. He's like, okay, let me check it out. He's all like feeling in there. I'm like, ew, it's so uncomfortable. I mean, like, it wasn't inappropriate, but it was like uncomfortable, right? And he's talking to my mom the whole time, and it's like, oh, making jokes, and like he's real Italian, and he talks like this, and blah 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 blah. And I was like horrified. This is the first time I'm having a grown man's fingers in my vagina, and he's like just smelled like sapressata and like just fucking like it was just bad. It was just bad.
So bad.
So this is the worst part. We're leaving, right?
Yeah.
We're walking out. I'm horrified. I'm like, dude, this was just the worst experience ever in my whole life. I hated it. My mom like gets his phone number. They're like probably gonna go on a date, right?
Fuck.
I'm leaving and I go sit with my mom in the car, and then he walks out and he's walking to his car, and then I see him drive his car. It was a Porsche past our car, and guess what the license plate says?
No.
It says player.
No.
It says player on the license plate of my OBGYN. First time, 16 years old, got good old salami fingers up the fucking puss.
Hey, you need a sausage over here.
Hey, I got a sausage for you. I'm going to call your mother. I'll talk to her later.
They don't call me player for nothing, you know?
It's really terrible. And I was freaked out. I was like, I am never going to another male gynecologist again. I was totally done with it. Like, I was like, this is awful.
No, that sounds...
Like, how?
Neither will I.
How do you have a license plate that says player on it and you're a gynecologist?
I don't think he was real.
I don't think he was... I mean, he was real. I don't think he was mentally straight to have that.
No,
it's scary.
How did you get that?
Like, what if you're delivering babies and your license plate says player? I mean, it's kind of a funny joke because he does have his hands in a lot of different pussies. So, yeah, he's, like, totally a player. But, like, it's kind of scary. I mean, you know...
What was his name? Tony?
I don't remember. Probably something like that. Freaking Tony Baloney. Or like,
hey, I'm Tony Baloney.
Hey.
Spread him, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm Tony Baloney. Let me see what's going on in this cannoli. Got a little too much cream. Gonna need some medicine for that.
Hey, eat some cream. Don't worry about the stink. Have a good day.
I'm fucking dying. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Rob Raco. Make sure to like and subscribe. Be right back. So I'm a person who I have a lot of skills, but I'm not really good at honing in on my skills. I'm very ADD and I don't focus, and I really need to focus. And there's so many things that I like and enjoy, but I don't really know how to facilitate me actually taking action into turning these things into something. So there's this website called Skillshare.com, and it's an online learning community that has thousands and thousands of amazing classes covering everything from, creative stuff to entrepreneurial skills. So you can basically take, writing classes, photography, productivity stuff, anything you're interested on. There's thousands of things. So if you're like, oh, I love taking pictures, but I want to learn how to become an actual real photographer, you can head over to Skillshare.com/worst, WORST, and you will get 2 months of free classes. I mean, if you can't learn something in 2 months, then I don't know what is wrong with you, because I can learn stuff pretty quickly. But 2 months, so if you're like into stuff, knitting, I don't know what it is, playing bongos, whatever your skill is, your particular interest, and you want to get better at it, head to Skillshare.com/worst, WORST, and check it out. I mean, there's so many different things. And even if you don't know a skill that you have, or you're like, I have no skills and I want to look up a skill, there's thousands of skills to choose from on there. And find something that piques your interest, and you get 2 months to learn about it and learn how to do it, hopefully. So I went on this website and I was like, I personally love photography. And I was like, how do I get better at photography? And there's just so much information on there. You can look up anything, honestly, and it's really cool. And you learn all about, taking pictures and all the apertures and all kinds of things, everything you would ever need to know about taking photos. And it's all there right under your fingertips. So I just think it's a really cool opportunity for people if there's things that you're interested in and you want to check them out further, or if you don't know what you're interested in and you want to go on a website and find something that you could be interested in, check out Skillshare. Skillshare.com. Thousands of options. Skillshare.com/worst. And get skilled today. Okay, guys, we are back. Hopefully you enjoyed that ad. I hope it wasn't terrible. We are back with Rob Raco, and we are just talking about crazy stuff right now. He has another worst first story that he thought of when we were on the break, and I just hope you guys are prepared for this.
So, back when I was playing music, this is all cool because whoever's listening to this and whoever I've sent this out to is probably knowing me from the Riverdale, but I am a drummer. I did experience a lot of alcohol and a lot of playing in front of sold out shows and great things that are cool, but mainly I drink a lot of beer because that's what you get paid in.
Yo.
So
I'll play for 4 Coronas.
Yeah, that sounds like, that one's drank. Cool, bro. But like,
it's like half drank. It's warm. You're all, okay, I'll take
dude,
it.
that's piss.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. Dead.
So anyway, there's one night playing in my hometown that I hadn't played in my hometown in a little bit. And so I'm back in Canada, there's a lot of people there. I'm single, and I'm like, this is dope. I'm fucking high school sweethearts and shit here. I'm like, I'm going to connect with this stuff. So I drink out. We end the gig early. I'm going out. I'm going hard. I'm ready. Like, I'm feeling it. I'm like, I haven't pounded fucking beers in a long time. Shit. I go up to the bar. I do a tequila shot.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. This is terrible. Like,
that's
I don't do well with tequila.
Yeah,
I'm like, I did tequila when I was in high school. Tequila now, not for me. I literally puke under the bar. So
you just
now,
bend down and just throw up?
Yeah.
Was it warm tequila?
Like, it was just bad. Like, I'm so drunk on beer. So I'm like, I feel like I ate a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get up. I do the fucking thing. And I duck down like I'm going to sneeze. But I puke all over my fucking shoes, on my pants,
Stop. You're like,
on my
just sneezing.
Oh my God, Mom!
It's dripping down your face. It's just a sneeze.
Just this weird sneeze. Don't worry about it.
I have allergies.
So now I got like chunk on my chin.
No!
Fucking arm is a mess. My shoes, pants. I'm gross. Like my friends are like, shit.
Oh my God.
I see.
They're like, dude, you just puked at the bar. No, I didn't. It's all dripping down your face.
No, I didn't. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, you puked. You puked at the bar. Like you're drunk guy. And you did. Yeah.
There's it's fucking
damn.
My friends. So anyway, so now I'm like,
puke breath.
I don't want to go home. It's fucking midnight. Like it's early at this point.
Yeah.
It's midnight. I'm ready to turn up, right? Yeah. So we're at this old place in Windsor called The Loop. This is in Canada, across from Detroit there. So like this is a nutty club. And I'm out, I'm dancing, puked up, kind of dry, kind of wiped a little bit off, but like it's still on me, you know what I mean? That lock eye thing happens with like drunk girl across the room where you're like,
she's like, I think that dude has oatmeal on his chin.
What's up, girl? I got some fucking.
She's all staring at you because she's like, that dude has oatmeal on his face. That's weird.
But I'm like, no, it's love.
Yeah,
We're gonna connect tonight.
You locked eyes, yeah.
So that happens. We end up going in for the fucking makeout.
What?
Yeah.
You just see each other from across the room?
Yeah, because we're both now. It's like 1 a.m.
Okay,
right?
you're
so
both
you're like
wasted,
you fucking dancing on
she
stage,
probably
and I'm
threw
like,
up too.
Yeah. Please don't. But like I'm still like chunking. So like,
oh my God.
My friends from across are just like,
like, dude, does he know what he's doing? Yeah.
The poor girl at the end of it, like we just have this like moment, but it's a distaste. Like, you know when you have like
tasted like throw up.
I tasted like throw up. She tasted now like my throw up. So second throw up.
I throw up right now.
Let me eat it.
You snort it.
Turns out it's my fetish.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, he's a party animal. All right. Damn.
Hey, crazy guys, hire me.
Yeah.
So
insane.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the worst first of coming out of just coming out of like a bad thing when you're like, yo, I should probably cut myself off.
Did you throw up in her mouth a little bit? Or there was just throw up on you?
I wouldn't have known at that point unless,
my God. And throw up is such a distinct smell. Like, it's throw up. Like, do you remember when kids used to throw up in your high school and then the janitor would come sprinkle that like sawdust on it to try to like...
Here's some sawdust. Yeah, it's like weird crusty elbows.
Tim's coming down the hallway with the sawdust. You know somebody puked. But even if you walked past it, you knew somebody threw up. Like, even like 3 days later, you're like, someone fucking puked right here. Like,
I was breaking up. I was going through a relationship last year, and we didn't date too long, but my ex and I were fighting, and we were out, and she had taken her own Uber, and I'd taken my own. She was fucking wasted. I feel bad for the thing. But she gets home, and I literally have the door unlocked in the apartment, and I smell it from down the room, and I'm like, oh shit, like, we're fighting, but like, you still have some heart, even though like it's ending, like, she just comes in fucking full.
Covered in throw up?
Yeah, like fucking expensive jacket, everything. She's like, I ruined the Uber. I'm like, oh,
I ruined the Uber.
I just put her in the shower.
I think my rating went down.
I think I got 4 stars now.
Oh my God.
It's okay, you got it with us too. You're at a 3 now. But yeah, poor thing. So I'm like, oh man.
Sad.
But you could just smell. But I'm like,
it's such a distinct
you could have the
smell.
couch tonight, babe. You know what I mean?
Dead.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm nice, but I'm not that nice.
Yeah, like I showered her off in her clothes. So
Tommy, actually, it's so funny. He has like the weakest stomach. Like, he will throw up if he sees someone throwing up on TV. He can't handle anything. Like he literally cannot handle it. It's crazy. Like,
That's so
if
funny.
someone, he literally throws up, I think, like at least 4 times a week just from being disgusted by shit.
Oh, I can't wait.
Like,
hey, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? you just like fart and he's like, like, it's crazy. Like, our dogs, shit one time in the house by accident. I mean, the one's really old, Wiki, but it was probably the bad one.
Wiki.
Nina, she's only 4, so she's you know the dogs.
Yeah.
So she like shit in the house one time, and it smelled so bad. He literally, like, I see him running to the bathroom, and he's just literally gonna throw up. Like, he can't see blood. Like, if I get my period,
That's a very tall,
I have to hide from
lanky
him.
man to be that squeamish.
Yes, he can't handle it. And then if someone else is literally throwing up, he throws up with them. Like, he was like, I could barely change my kids' diapers when they were babies. Like, he's like, I changed them, but I would like swallow my puke. Like, it was like literally, he has such a bad
I think I would puke
stomach,
on
like
my
a
child.
weak stomach.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, me, I'm like, I could like do an autopsy, and like, I'm like, let's do this shit. But like, yeah.
Oh no, I'd throw up inside the body.
You would?
Yeah, I'd open it up.
How do people do that for a job? It's kind of crazy.
I don't know. There's got to be a worst first with there. Let's try to get someone on the show
I
with
need
a
to
worst
have
first.
what are they called? A person who does autopsies?
Necrophiliac?
Autopsies.
No, that's not it.
Mortician.
Yep.
A mortician. Is that right? A surgeon? No, I think it's a mortician.
Surgeons are lame. They do they help. You want someone who's
like
dead.
do like surgery.
Yeah, they like help things.
But isn't it kind of scary to think about that? Like, that's someone's job to. Not to go off on a tangent, but like, here's a dead body. Like, make it look good.
It's also
Take all the organs
Tony
out.
the player's second job. Hey, how you doing? Let me sew you up over here. Hey, you put a
my
sausage in there for extra.
God, right?
I know.
The guy, the OBGYN guy, the side that was a throwback to the scary gynecologist.
Throwback.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's a creepy career. That'd be another good podcast for someone.
Yeah.
I'm giving this idea out. You're welcome, guys. Royalty free. Bad jobs where like you just interview people that like clean sewers and
Clean puke off the bottom of a bar.
yes,
clearly.
and clean puke off and morticians and like just shitty fucking jobs. When my dad, and this is the last story I'll tell. When my dad first started working as an engineer. My dad was a civil engineer too.
Oh, cool.
But when he first started working, his first job was to go through the sewers in like Puerto Rico.
No.
Yeah, he had to squeeze down little manholes in the sewers in Puerto Rico. And so he's with his whole crew and they're squeezing down there, and my dad told me like the one thing you couldn't do is panic because your body swells and then you get stuck in the sewer.
Oh, no.
And then you're stuck, right?
That can make me throw up. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And so he said they would find all kinds of shit down there, like diamond rings, guns, like bodies. Like they would find so much shit in the sewer. But the worst part of it is that there were rats, okay? And a lot of rats, and like I'm talking about hundreds of rats. Like that's where the rats lived. It was like Rat Kingdom. And the thing was, is if you saw a rat, you're not supposed to scream in a sewer because it echoes and it goes all the way down the other end and comes back, and they run towards you because of the echo. They think it's going the wrong way. Yeah. So this guy, he's in the sewer and he's with a new guy, right? And he's going down the sewer and he tells the guy, you're going to see a lot of disgusting stuff, whatever. Just try not to freak out. So a rat crawls on this dude's shoulder. And the dude freaks out. He screams, which makes everyone else panic. They all get stuck because your body swells when you panic, and they're all stuck in the sewer. God. And then thousands of rats come running over their bodies, just like squeezing through them, trying to get through the sewer. Just thousands and thousands and thousands of rats just squeezing through, shitting, biting, scratching, and he couldn't move because he was stuck in the sewer behind this guy. Oh. And it was literally probably the worst experience of his life. Crazy. Thousands and thousands. Just imagine just feral rats just crawling.
I think I'd be okay with the rats. It's just stuck.
The stuck feeling.
Yeah, I'm cool little animals, but then I can't move.
Yeah, you've seen the sewers, they're literally tiny circles, and they had to go down there and they were supposed to clean them and do all this stuff and test and make sure there's no toxic waste and blah, blah, blah. It was gnarly.
I'm deathly claustrophobic.
Yeah, I am too. I don't like being even if you hug me too long, I'm like, okay, that's good, get off. Yeah. Don't touch me.
Personal space.
I can't breathe. But yeah, on that note, I'll end it here. Unless Rob, what are you working on right now? Do you want to tell us? Is something coming up? Do you want to share?
I just signed the new Fendi campaign, so I'm the face of Fendi for the next
year.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
That's huge. Yeah. Oh my God. You know what Fendi rhymes with?
Fendi, and I lost the deal.
Farty. Oh my God. They're like, we heard your fart story. People who work for Fendi don't fart, so you're out of the campaign.
That might be true.
You lose the job. Let's get Rob Raco. Let's just get Fendi fart hashtagging, guys. Can we just hashtag Fendi fart, guys, please? I just want that trend.
I can't wait.
I'm going to draw on all your photos a little air thing coming out of your butt.
FF, Fendi fart.
I love it. Okay, it makes you more human, okay? Yeah. We like it. Yeah. We like it. It's relatable. It's relatable. Be human. Be real. Thank you guys so much for listening to Worst First. I hope you had a great time. You can listen every week. I'm going to have a new guest, and make sure to subscribe, leave me a comment. Make sure it's not too mean of a comment because I'm very sensitive. I might cry. And other than that, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. That was like a bad fart. That's what my farts sound like. Beep. Beep.